Welcome back, folks. My name is James Maiden,
And I'm Luke Jones.
and this is the Weekly Roundup.
First things first, James, volleyball was Friday night.
Yeah, it was a great performance by our ladies. We went 3-1 with Pueblo, and it's always good to beat Pueblo in any sport.
Always good to beat Pueblo. I cannot stand playing Pueblo. I don't care what sport it is. I particularly dislike their stadium. It's windy, the turf sucks, I hate being there. But volleyball at home, senior night, and a few of the seniors really showed out. I mean, 2 kills leaders, Tiffany Matchett with 16, and Julie Staffler helped herself to 12. Pretty impressive numbers, of course. Matchett being more than 1,000 kills for the season. We touched on that last week, and also she got 22 digs, which put her over 1,000 career digs.
Wow.
So 1,000 career kills and 1,000 career digs. So pretty impressive stuff there from her. Our other senior, Cindy Norris, also had a very good game. I forgot to mention, Matchett also had 3 aces. Cindy Norris, though, was an honourable mention for the All-Armac team. So congratulations, Cindy. That was fantastic effort by you. But it's interesting. I've just mentioned a top 10 player, but she didn't get any All-Armac mentions. And that was Matchett. She was, I think, 10th with 286 kills for the season. So that put her 10th. That was the only top 10 player we had at New Mexico Highlands. So it's fantastic effort by her. And if the Armac's not going to congratulate you, Tiffany, I will. I know James will. Big congratulations to you. Fantastic career and fantastic season, helping us to seven wins, and I think it was 11 losses in the end for the Armac stats. So we can have a look at some of her highlights now.
Matchett and Size competing for that one. A good save there by Nelson. Hearn, Miles, up by Size. Good work by her. Just pushed over on the second touch by Naranjo. This time she's setting for Matchett. Matchett with some force.
How does it happen though, James? Do you know how this stuff works with awards?
I wish I could tell you. I actually think it might just be a popularity contest if that's the case. I mean, how do you come down with those stats and you not even an honorable mention player? How?
There's no question Cindy had a fantastic season, and she rotated on and off, so her numbers should be expected to be slightly lower than Tiffany's, just playing less points. However, to be in the top 10 and not to be mentioned, I think it's a bit rough, and I'm not sure, I don't know how this stuff works either. We're going to get on to Israel Fuff, and he had his 3rd player of the week this week. Fantastic work, Israel. But it's not all congratulations from you. I'm going to burn you later in the show, so please do stay tuned for that. But, I mean, I played here for 3 years, and I had some pretty good stats, as you're aware, and I never got nominated. Now, I'm not sure if it's because we were winning or losing, doing more losing than winning, but what's interesting to note, in that same Pueblo game, one of the Pueblo players had 30 digs and got nominated for Defensive Player of the Week in the RMAC. Now, I find that incredibly curious. When you win only one set and get absolutely dominated by a team, giving up 16 kills to one player and 12 to a second player, that you get Defensive Player of the Week. Not since Jerry West have we seen defensive or any awards commending people going to in a loss. And I mean, this is me on a rant, James. You know this. I'm very upset with this because there are so many times we're the only New Mexican team in the RMAC. We never used to be. We used to be joined by Western New Mexico, and we all remember what happened last time we played them in football. Some idiot hit the post from 54 yards out and didn't manage to break an RMAC record or win the game with 3 seconds to go.
Tragic.
But I feel as though it's just, I don't know whether we get looked down on or whether people just aren't being nominated, or I don't know what it is. And I think we should have had even more than 2 players in that. We had some, we finished just outside the tournament. We did have another losing season, unfortunately, with volleyball. Got very close to having a winning season. But I don't know. I feel as though it's just a little bit disheartening when people don't get rewarded. And I actually think, Cindy, as well as you did with the honourable mention, you probably deserved a little bit more than that. So congratulations. But I'm not sure the awards were given out all that fairly, James.
Not at all, man. Not at all. And that should bring us up to our next topic, wrestling.
Wrestling, okay. We had a fantastic effort, and the thing about wrestling results, James, they're wins and losses. They don't lie. When you win, you win. And we did have a winner. We had a winner, we had 2/3 and 2/4, which is a fantastic effort for the wrestlers that went out to Oklahoma City just last Sunday. So a big congratulations, especially to Julian Sanchez, who won the heavyweight division. And I think it's been a while since we've had an out-and-out winner in the heavyweights. So, yeah, big congratulations to wrestling. And I'm excited to watch some more wrestling. Of course, you and I will be there watching, selling wonderful merchandise. But I'm looking forward to the wrestling season. We're nearly at the end of fall. And that brings us on to another winter sport, which had an exhibition this weekend.
Yeah, the basketball team actually fell to the alma mater of our athletic director, Coach Snow. So that was definitely interesting, obviously for Coach Snow to see and maybe catch up with a few guys, a few coaches. But to see our guys in action, to see our top scorer, Gerard Davis, who is new this year, came from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's a transfer from Northern Colorado. Got to talk to him. Actually got to do a halftime contest with him this year. And Luke was there for that, actually.
We did. It was he's a bit of an athlete, Gerard. So good work to you. 20 points in that one, even though we went down, which was nearly a third of our team's points. But I have to say, we've got a few highlights of Coach Snow. And the one thing you'll notice, aside from his big lanky frame, is that notice he actually has hair in these highlights, James.
Really?
He had. Look at that. Look at it. I mean, it looks painted on, but it's there. Now, how do you do it? Just lift your head up for a second, just a brief second. There we go. There's hair there, but most people that know me are aware that I love my hair. I do, and if I were to ever lose it, I would be pretty devastated. But more than that, I think I would just have to. I don't think I'd be one of those people that would cling on to the fact that I still have some hair left. I think I'd just get rid of it. So I'm not sure if Coach Snow's trying to be white Michael Jordan. I'm not sure if that's who he emulated because he was playing in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, you know what, I'm getting rid of it and I'm going to be white Michael. But
Make me white Mike.
There you go. Yeah, make me white Mike. We'll get into all sorts of trouble for making those comparisons.
Probably.
Anyway, big congratulations to Coach Snow on balding gracefully. And we just look at a picture of him there. Tell you what, if he gets a scar like mine, he could look like not a James Bond. Yeah, probably a James Bond villain, actually. Or maybe, you know what, Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
All right, next one. Football. 20-16. Now, the lowest score in the RMAC so far this year, James, it's been an offensive battle in every game. Mm-hmm. Only 36 points scored. Key moments for you, what did you think?
I just loved how the defense stepped up. So seeing Willie making the plays that he made, I mean, it's always phenomenal. He got another interception. Tell you what, Coach Casey has to be getting those DBs week after week because I think that puts them well over combined 10 interceptions for the year.
It's definitely a fair amount of interceptions between. I think who have we had getting interception? We've got Caleb, Willie, TJ, and of course Malik, who we did have on the show. Mm-hmm. So fantastic work by defense as a whole to keep them to only 16 points. Their kicker struggling. I don't know what it is about this place. I don't know whether visiting kickers just don't like it, but field goal being blocked, an extra point being blocked. Mm-hmm. But from my view, and I called this in the early stages, we need to be blocking every one of those field goals because he was struggling to get it over the bar. But on the other side, Israel Farfan, and this is why he got Player of the Week. Israel Farfan, 53-yard field goal. Now, he did use the wind to his advantage, and he did measure it very well because it's a bit of a crosswind. And we just watched it go into the bottom corner, which doesn't matter how you get it over that crossbar. It's 3 points. So fantastic work, Israel. You beat any of my in-game records. But I think we're going to have a shootout at some point at the end of the season. I'll wait till you're all broken and sore, and then I'll come out and see if I'm still not an old man. But again, big congratulations to Israel on Player of the Week. Now, on the lighter side of things, this only happened today. The football team lifted this morning, and I was in there at lift, and I was talking to Israel, and I took it easy on him because it's the last lift of the season for the football team. And I thought, you know what? No, you're a bit beaten up, even for a kicker. You saw, I won't make you do the extra work I usually do. I won't put you on the treadmill. And you know how he repaid me, James?
No, not at all.
He made a beeline for the cafeteria. And I think there's a healthy... He could have had eggs and potatoes. He could have, had the Luke Jones diet, in-season diet. But no. This guy decided to help himself. We've got a picture here as well. I've got my spies, Israel. He got himself a big old bowl of Cocoa Puffs. And I tell you what, big old bowl of Cocoa Puffs. And if you don't stop eating those Cocoa Puffs, Israel, you're going to turn into a Cocoa Puff, my friend. I mean, I can help you so much, but man... what's the Cocoa Puffs? He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He's cuckoo for Cocoa. Kickers are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, Israel, I use the term lighter side in the loosest possible sense because keep those Cocoa Puffs up and you won't be on the lighter side for much longer. This is emotional for me because you and I celebrated senior day together, and that was emotional. We walked out together and it was pretty special. As we mentioned before, your family was here, your mother and your sister, and I had a very close friend who I played football with here before who walked me out. But these are the guys I started with, because I started as a sophomore and these guys started as a freshman. So it's a big congratulations to Sanatorini Tosi, who's played all 4 years and started as a freshman. And I remember his very first game here, for the Highlands, got kicked out in the second quarter for punching someone in the mouth. So, Tosi, you haven't learned anything with those flags that I've seen go on. So make sure you behave yourself this week. And absolute pleasure playing with you. What was a bit of a less of a pleasure to play with was the human egg, Darren Diffie.
Oh my God.
Now I had the displeasure of staring at Darren Diffie's forever expanding ass for the last 3 years. Now, it wasn't through choice, but he was the long snapper. And as you see here, he recently had his hair cut to make himself look like a cross between Humpty Dumpty and Chuck Liddell. Now, Darren, it's been a painful ride. And although I do love you, and this is said out of love, sometimes I hated playing with you, man. We're looking to get another win and finish 500 in conference, which would be absolutely outstanding for the football team coming off the back of my career of 4-29 here at Highlands. Anyway, anything else from you tonight, James?
Don't forget, it's also salute to service that night. So if you're a veteran, you served in the Army, the Marines, Air Force, please come out. You'll get a free entry and plus one.
Plus one?
Plus one, and you'll get a hot dog.
Really?
You'll get a free hot dog.
I better go on list. If only I were a citizen. From all of us in this room right now, I've been Luke Jones.
And I've been James Maiden.
And this has been the Weekly Roundup.